This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. But here now the news for January 26th, 2024, which of course is the final day of operation for the one and only original Country Bear Jamboree at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. That's why our bears and of course our friends Buff, Melvin, and Max are here on the set to celebrate today. We're filming this on Thursday because on Friday I will be spending the whole day at the Country Bear Jamboree to say our goodbyes and to cover the insanity I'm sure that's going to happen. Just based on earlier today, I went to Magic Kingdom and a number of people said hi, but the crowds in the show were really encouraging. It was so wonderful to go in. Usually when you go to the Country Bear Jamboree, and I'm sure for many of you it feels this way, you go in there and you're like the only people that know what it is, and everyone else is just kind of like flabbergasted. I think you should shoot him instead. They're just like, oh, what? Oh, and they're just kind of taken aback by it. It's a much different experience. We've done it at a couple of our events with our viewers, so obviously that's a knowledgeable fan base, and it's fun because everyone sings and claps along and everything. It's been like that every show lately, and it's really touching because I think sometimes it feels like people forget about things like the Bears and Tiki Room. There's only a few of us that really appreciate these things. And it's these moments where you come to realize how many people are really touched by these legendary attractions. Even though, again, the world has changed so much in that, in 1971, animatronic shows were a big highlight of this park, right? Mickey Mouse Revue, Hall of Presidents, Tropical Serenade, Country Bears. And now they don't build those anymore, and they haven't really honestly built one since Country Bears, right? I mean, I guess America sings. But there haven't been many, if any, since then. So it's sort of a lost art form for Disney, and it's nice to see full shows, people caring and people loving what is such an important part of the fabric of Walt Disney World. I know over the years we've talked a lot about the Country Bears. I'm sure many of you remember. I'm not going to be a broken record about it, but so we'll be there to bring you the final moments of the original show. But that's why the Bears are here, including our 70s mug. I didn't put anything in it because it's from the 70s. So this is fake. There's no actual drink in here. We should do the news, right? Let's do the news. Switching gears completely, John Landau, the producer of the Avatar films directed by James Cameron, shared a photo of himself at Walt Disney Imagineering headquarters on Wednesday. Landau captioned the photo, "Had a great day at Walt Disney Imagineering talking about the future." Walt Disney World Resort, of course, already has a successful Avatar-inspired land in Pandora, the world of Avatar and Animal Kingdom. Some kind of Avatar experience is planned for Disneyland Resort, which D23 said would be as amazing as the Animal Kingdom land, although no further details were ever announced. An announcement at the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, or IAPA Expo, indicated the experience would be located in Disney California Adventure, but Disneyland officials later said the location was not confirmed. Before the release of Avatar: The Way of Water, James Cameron also stated he had pitched updates to Avatar: Flight of Passage to Disney, and they said maybe. So we assume the John Landau meeting is about the Disneyland Resort edition, but certainly could be talking about other things, maybe more Avatar at Walt Disney World, and maybe Avatar at the other resorts around the world where they don't have it. We know it's been talked about for Paris at some point. Maybe, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. The floating candelabra has been removed from the endless hallway scene of the Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom, but don't fear, it is set to return. The candelabra usually appears to float by itself at the far end of the endless hallway. Scene is near the beginning of the ride before guests reach Madame Leota's seance room. The Hatbox Ghost was installed beside the endless hallway in November. The floating candelabra was noticeably missing from the Hatbox Ghost concept art before he was installed, but then once he debuted, the candelabra was there, much to everyone's joy. People were worried they were going to get rid of it. And of course, now that it vanished, people were scared. But sources have told us the floating candelabra will return. They're repairing some things. We don't know when it'll be back, but don't worry, it will be back. Disney's Animal Kingdom has a new series of s'mores snacks available throughout the park. Here they are. Here's a list of them where they're located. There's the S'mores Churro at Tamu Tamu Refreshments. There's the S'mores Dessert Pizza at Terra Treats. There's the S'moresasaurus Shake at Restaurantosaurus. And the S'mores Hot Cocoa from the Isle of Java. The S'mores Churro is $7.29. It's S'mores Churro rolled in chocolate dust, sugar, and salt. It's topped with dollops of whipped cream covered in graham cracker dust and semi-sweet chocolate chips. There's also an extra dollop of whipped cream on the side, as well as marshmallow dipping sauce in a container. The S'mores Dessert Pizza is $6.79. It's a delicious alternative to some of the more typical Disney desserts. The pizza is made on normal pizza dough with browned butter and brown sugar. On top is chocolate, graham cracker, and toasted marshmallow. The S'moresasaurus Shake is $8.49. It's vanilla shake and chocolate, vanilla shake with chocolate and caramel drizzle, topped with a chocolate-dipped s'more, toasted marshmallows, and graham cracker crumbs, and rimmed with chocolate fudge sauce and graham cracker crumbs. Oh boy. There's also a S'mores Hot Cocoa for $3.99. It's S'mores Hot Cocoa. It's Joffrey's Hot Chocolate with whipped cream and graham cracker dusting on the top. So basically a normal Joffrey's Hot Chocolate. We have reviews of all of these available at WDWNT.com. Disney's Animal Kingdom has welcomed 3 new bundles of joy as a set of cotton-top tamarin monkey triplets have been born. The birth of the triplets was announced by Dr. Mark Penning, the vice president of Disney's Animals, Science, and Environment on Instagram. The baby tamarins have spent the last several days bonding with their parents and fellow siblings. According to Penning's post, both the baby's mom and dad share infant care responsibilities and carry their young on their backs until they're approximately 14 weeks of age. Guests can visit the babies and see the rest of the cotton-top tamarin monkey family on Discovery Island at Animal Kingdom. They had babies not that long ago, so this is another batch. It's exciting for them. They're very small. They are like the smallest animals, and they're very, very cute. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to the Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. Not allowed into a Grand Floridian restaurant because he wore his swim trunks, a drunk South Carolina man slapped a Disney cast member who was a teenager and then threatened to sue Disney as he was arrested, according to a newly released arrest report. John Monroe, age 64, has been charged with misdemeanor battery, pleaded not guilty, court records show. Monroe knows something about luxury hotels. He's the vice president of hospitality, sales, and marketing at the prestigious Sea Pines Resort in Hilton Head, where he lives. The resort confirmed Monroe works there, but did not comment further. It's a personal matter, the Sea Pines Resort spokeswoman Karen Morrigan said. Monroe was arrested in Orlando following the incident at Citricos, the fine dining restaurant with a Mary Poppins theme. Guests are expected to dress accordingly in attire that respects the restaurant's sophisticated and upscale aesthetic. Clothing should be clean, neat, and in good condition. Please no swimwear, Disney says on the restaurant's website. At 8:55 p.m. on November 19th of 2023, Monroe showed up to his reservation in swim shorts and a T-shirt, and the cast member warned him he could not eat with the rest of his family who was dressed appropriately, according to the sheriff's arrest report. The sheriff's office takes months now to release these public records. That's why we're talking about it now. Monroe said that that would be no problem and wanted to wait with his family before they got seated. He waited for 15 minutes and then tried to walk in with them to their table anyway, still wearing his swim trunks. One of Monroe's family members asked the cast members for help. Please don't allow him to sit with us. He's really drunk, underdressed. It's my birthday and I'm embarrassed, the woman said, according to the report. The cast member told Monroe he wasn't allowed into the restaurant. That's when Monroe got aggressive with the cast member. He slapped the cast member 3 times on her forehead and taunted her, saying her name over and over again. The 19-year-old cast member stood in shock while she held onto the restaurant menus with both hands, said the report. She wasn't injured, but the incident made her cry, report also stated, and of course she wanted to prosecute Monroe. The Orange County Sheriff's Office intervened and arrested him. During my interactions with John, whom I identified via his South Carolina driver's license, he appeared intoxicated based on his slurred speech, glossy red eyes, and John constantly repeating that he was going to sue Disney. Monroe's attorney did not respond to a message for comment on Friday. You know, we have read a lot of these stories on here. This is probably the most disgusting one. A 19-year-old cast member slapped by a 64-year-old man in an upscale restaurant. I mean, the setting shouldn't even matter regardless, but it's really this guy. I feel so bad for the cast member. I know I would, you know, if I had been through that, I would probably carry that with me the rest of my life, that experience. And that's some awful baggage to have to carry. So hope she's doing all right, and I hope he's not, because he's gross. I'm honest, sorry. He's a gross human being. Less than a week before its official opening on January 30th, the new Pixar Place Hotel signs, artwork, and more elements have been installed at the reimagined Disneyland Resort Hotel. The first sign we spotted is high up on the side of the building. It's simple with Pixar Place Hotel in black on a white background, and Pixar is in the studio's standard typeface. A dip and some wiring at the top of the sign implies another piece will be installed. Luxo Jr., the iconic Pixar lamp, has been heavily featured in the resort's branding, so he might be the missing piece. Another sign featuring Luxo Jr. was previously installed on the ground next to the hotel's walkway. We talked about that a few weeks ago. Speaking of Luxo Jr., he's now featured on the side of the hotel's parking garage. Luxo Jr. is in a sketch form, pictured bouncing on the star ball above Pixar Place Hotel. Rather than being immersive like the Toy Story Hotel at Tokyo Disney Resort, the Pixar Place Hotel is inspired by the art of Pixar. The interior displays early character sketches and pop art character mobiles. The blocky entrance archway, first installed last year, has some extra theming now. Crews were working on it when we approached. And last we looked at it at the archway, it just had blank white, gray, red, yellow, and blue blocks. But now some of the blocks feature Pixar characters. A red block has Mei Lin Lee from Turning Red in red panda form. Below that is a yellow block featuring Wall-E and a white block featuring Eve. To the right is a blue block featuring the soul forms of Joel Gardner and 22 from Soul. On the top right of the archway is a new piece featuring Luxo Jr. on the star ball, and the piece has sketchy lines but is filled in with color and shading. When we entered the hotel lobby, crews were in the process of installing framed pieces of concept art on the white walls. So what they're doing now, this is called, they're working on the punch list. There's a lot of very small stuff to do, but from what we've heard, otherwise the hotel is ready to go and will be very much ready to go next week. This first piece is early artwork for Monsters Incorporated, featuring a large blue monster and a little girl, precursors to Sully and Boo as we know them, eating together at a table in a messy home. Another piece features Wall-E and Eve on the desecrated planet Earth, and they're next to a giant brown piece of machinery and a ladder. Some familiar Up artwork was staged for installation. It depicts Carl's house on the cliffside as seen at the end of the film. Also prepared for installation were these pieces for The Incredibles and Inside Out, and the sepia-toned Incredibles piece features the silhouettes of Elastigirl, Violet, and Dash on a rock looking up at Syndrome's headquarters. The Inside Out artwork is a wide look at the memory banks of Riley's mind. The artwork is for this artwork is for Onward, Pixar's 2020 film. It features brothers Ian and Barley Lightfoot looking into a tunnel, and Ian holds a tall glowing staff. Several new Elemental artwork pieces have been installed as well. The latest Pixar film was released last year after work had already begun on the Pixar Place Hotel, but it'll have its part in it. The above piece features Wade, or the piece you're looking at now features Wade Ripple holding flowers. This piece features Ember with her delivery bike and Claude. These two pieces look similar to the final movie, so they must have been created later on in production. This larger piece depicts Ember and Wade watching a sunset together. The last piece sees the Elemental couple walking through an Elemental City street with water flowing next to them and other fire people around them. Also in the lobby were these white curtains, presumably hiding the giant Luxo Jr. and Ball statue that will be the centerpiece of the lobby. Given that the hotel doesn't officially open until Tuesday, they want to keep this as a surprise. We have been told it's finished behind the curtain. It's ready to go, but they're going to hold it as a surprise for when we're there next week. Very excited to see the finished product. Of course, the Pixar Place Hotel is a reimagining of Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel. The hotel opened in 1984 as the Emerald of Anaheim, operated by the Tokyo Group. Disney acquired the hotel in 1995, renamed it the Disneyland Pacific Hotel. With the opening of DCA in 2001, they renamed it after one of the park's new lands, Paradise Pier. The land became Pixar Pier, of course, in 2018, so it was weird to continue to have a Paradise Pier Hotel, but they did. And of course, a reminder, I'm actually heading out next week. We have 2 room types booked. We're going to do the standard room and one of the suites. And so stay tuned. We're going to have full room tours for you, and we'll show you also a full tour of this quote-unquote new hotel as well. Speaking of new or remodeled hotels, Thursday was the day as Disneyland Paris reopened the doors to the Disneyland Hotel following its multi-year complete reimagining to celebrate Disney royalty. Upon entering the grand lobby, guests will find themselves immersed in architecture inspired by the libraries of French castles, with shades of ivory and gold spread throughout the decor. And hanging high above is a Bohemian crystal chandelier representing Sleeping Beauty Castle, or as it's known in France, Le Château de la Belle au Bois Dormant. Along the wood and marble mezzanine, guests can find 15 exclusive dioramas that pay tribute to how Walt Disney and his fellow artists used the multiplane camera to deepen their storytelling through animation. Guests will be welcomed into the hotel by a royal greeter and can even catch La Troupe Royale Disney, a comedic duo who perform surprise sing-alongs or interactive tales. The troupe is also accompanied by a Disney princess like Cinderella, Rapunzel, or Jasmine. The Disneyland Hotel offers 487 rooms and suites with all new interiors inspired by Disney princess films. Throughout each themed room, guests will find references to each of the princesses and their stories. The rooms even have a magic mirror that transforms into an Ultra HD TV. In addition to dedicated check-in and concierge services and exclusive access to the Deluxe Lounge, guests staying in the deluxe rooms can enjoy special enchantments in their room, including an illuminated animated canopy above the bed and exclusive artwork. Also part of the reimagined Disneyland Hotel is the Castle Club, an exclusive hotel within the hotel, which includes 41 Castle Club rooms, 16 signature suites, and one princely suite and one royal suite. Staying at the Castle Club offers guests a private elevator, a dedicated check-in area, and all new upgraded living amenities as well. And guests staying in these rooms also have access to the Castle Club Lounge, where they can enjoy breakfast with the Disney princesses. The 16 signature suites, the princely suite, and the royal suite all offer decor and design elements inspired by Disney royalty, as well as luxury amenities like walk-in closets and spa bathtubs. At the Royal Kids Club, the youngest royals can become part of the story. This club is designed to be a magical library where kids can take part in an interactive and augmented reality experiences. Families can also book a Disney Royal Encounter to meet and take photos with the Disney princess like Snow White, Jasmine, or Ariel. As for dining, guests can enjoy the Royal Banquet Buffet restaurant for breakfast, lunch, and dinner as they dine among a gallery of portraits depicting Disney royals and villains. And here, guests will also be able to meet and dine with Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and their friends for lunch and dinner wearing new and exclusive royal attire. At La Table de Lumière, guests can enjoy table service dinner in a restaurant that pays homage to the ballroom scene from Beauty and the Beast. The menu features French fine dining and a large selection of wine and champagne. Guests can also enjoy the meal in company of royal Disney couples, including Belle and her prince, Aurora and Prince Philip, or Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen. Dinner is only available to Disneyland Hotel guests upon reservation. Snacks and drinks can be found at the Fleur de Lis Bar, open all day long, in addition to the Deluxe Lounge and the Castle Club Lounge. Disneyland Hotel exclusive merchandise can be found in the Royal Collection Boutique with items that pull inspiration from the hotel itself, as well as the Disney royalty that inspired its reimagining. I gotta get over there at some point, man. They have plush of Mickey in his new exclusive costume, and it's very cute. I love the merchandise. It's very, very cute. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. A plug for another sponsor of today's show is Park Candy. I forgot to mention them. I'm wearing this very cute Tiki Room inspired shirt from Park Candy. Go to www.nt.link/parkcandy to shop with them. And that way you also help support this program. And you can use the code WDWNT to save on your purchase as well. So make sure you use that code, pick up these great shirts. I love that they're park-centric. What I think is magical about their stuff is all their stuff is if you know, right? So always the right people in the parks recognize what the shirts are. And the cool thing is a lot of them haven't seen them. So it's pretty neat to wear these to the parks. But please go support them and by proxy, support us here at News Today. You can also support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all of our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. Also, don't forget, those of you who are Club 33 level and up, you have an exclusive Zoom with Tom this Saturday night. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. We hope that you'll be coming back again.